Hi everyone, this is episode 1 of season 4 of BCCC Talks. I'm your new host, Haleigh Edmonds. Today we have Charlie Moore, who goes to ECU, and Michael Reid, who still attends BCC but is planning to transfer. And we're talking about transfer success. But first, here's the announcements. Get your full college experience by participating in the club fair. The club fair is here for anyone who wants to be more involved with others and student organizations on campus. It's September 19th, 12 o'clock to 1:30 outside of Building 9. And also, join the Braver Angels in Auditorium on September 20th from 12 to 1. They're an organization who helps people have conversations with each other across political divides. Now here's more with Charlie and Michael. Want to say hi?
Hello, everyone.
How y'all doing?
So what made you want to transfer to ECU, Charlie?
I had a really good feeling about going to ECU. It was really close to home. You know, I'm only a 20, 30-minute drive away from people I love seeing every day, but it's also the best way for me to get a higher education. So I saw the opportunity to go, and I haven't looked back since.
Did you have anyone like relatives or friends who went to ECU that kind of changed your mind?
No, I didn't have any relatives that went to ECU, but I've had aunts and uncles go to all kinds of different universities over the state of North Carolina, and a lot of them graduated with different degrees, whether it's nursing or education system. A lot of them, got their higher education, so I was motivated to go to ECU and pursue my own journeys and stuff.
So what's your major?
My major is communications. Yeah, specifically media studies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Michael, what college do you plan on, or what is your idea?
But as of right now, I'm not really sure. I've been thinking about maybe Charlotte or Chapel Hill, maybe ECU. So I just got to do more research.
Okay. Do you know anyone up there, or is it just like a...
Yeah, I have some friends out there because Wingate is close to Charlotte. So I have some friends out there. And I also have a friend that I ran track with at Wingate at ECU. So.
Okay. Yeah, I actually plan on transferring to ECU.
You do?
Yeah.
What year would you be going?
Probably 2024. My main thing that I've always wanted to do since I was little. So I was like, why not?
Yeah.
You must like Criminal Minds and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a major in mind, or you just...
Still
really sure
wrestling between computer science and exercise science. I just had my first anatomy test, and that's kind of pushing me towards computer science, but...
How did that go?
Not good. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards computer science, but I've always had my biggest interests have always been sports and technology, and I'm really good at technology, but aside from playing sports, I'm not really knowledgeable about the whole exercise science thing. So as far as natural talent goes, I'd probably choose computer science, but I'm still trying to figure it out.
Charlie, have you ever changed your major or been very indecisive?
No, I haven't changed my major just because, me coming up, I've always talked a lot. I've never been short of words, so I figured communications would be just right for me. It's a lot of people you can ask around the city of Washington. They'll tell you. They might even call me a motor mouth. But no, it's been my passion to talk to people, and specifically about sports. I'm a basketball fanatic, and I'm a football fan too as well. So sports is really my passion to talk about. And, I played for a little while when I was young too, so it really hits at home for me.
What's your favorite team?
Basketball or football?
Basketball.
Basketball, I go wherever LeBron James goes. So I'm a Lakers fan right now, and probably will be a Lakers fan after he retires too.
Yeah, I know you were the past host, and I actually listened to a few of your podcasts, and I got a lot of ideas from
How did I do?
Really good.
Oh, don't flatter.
Now I see why your major is communications. You're really good at talking and reaching out to other people.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate that.
So, Michael, what's your favorite sports team?
Well, my favorite sport is soccer, so my favorite sports team would have to be Chelsea FC, who was they're stationed in London. But my first sports team, like my first favorite sports team, was the New York Yankees because I grew up a big Yankees and Derek Jeter fan. So baseball was really my first love. So baseball, soccer, and I'm also a Steelers fan, but we're not gonna talk about that.
They had a rough week this week. Yeah.
So back to college, do you guys have any tips for newer like transfer students?
I would say for people transferring or trying to transfer to really get in touch with counselors at the school you're at and the school you're trying to get to. Those are like the main people that helped me on my journey, whether it was figuring out financial aid or figuring out classes, what you would want to take. They even help a lot of people pick what kind of major they would want to do. So being really in tune with your counselors is a big thing I would say people should do.
So I know he hasn't transferred yet, but do you have any tips for him?
Him, just be yourself. He's a really cool dude and he gravitates towards people. So there's many opportunities for people who can fit in with people and can also make their mark where they at. And I think, just going there and being inquisitive and asking questions and all kinds of things, that can only help, so stuff like that. When I first got to ECU, I used to walk around campus and just stick my head in random doors. And people would look at me like I was crazy, and I would go to another room, and then when I stuck my head in another door, people would say, hey, we're this club, such and such, and I'd be like, okay, this is cool, this is where y'all at. But it never changed. I would just go stick my head in random doors, and people either received it well or I kept it pushing.
Are you in any clubs right now?
No, not right now. I'm in like these intensive writing classes, and intense is the correct word for that because they're intense. But once I get out of that, I plan to, join more clubs and have fun and stuff like that.
Speaking of clubs, I know you're in trio. Michael, are you in trio?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. So how did they affect your transfer journey, or how do they help you?
Trio they're like, if there's a tier ranking, they're like the top tier of helping transfer students because they take you on college visits. And, our counselor, Miss Scott, she's actually like a transfer student herself from different schools, and she graduated from ECU, so she had a lot of knowledge that she already knew, and she was very helpful with my transfer thing. But they help you get in touch with counselors. Like I said earlier, they show you around campuses when they take college trips, and they really give you maybe your first insight to college life. And I think, that was extremely helpful to me and a lot of other transfer students. So that's why we're trying to get Mikey in the trio really quick so he can go on those college trips and he can maybe decide which college he's going to,
Yeah, I can't back you up on that because I'm in trio myself, but Scott has helped me a lot with scheduling, my classes. Well, I haven't transferred yet, but she has helped me a lot with my classes, and me and Yesenia, I know you know Yesenia. Yeah, we would always go to her for help, and I think she's majoring in psychology, didn't she? Yeah. That's
what she told me one time,
Yeah, so I always go to her, it's if I need anything, Miss Scott is always there. Yeah. Do you have any tips for people? I know you haven't transferred yet, but I'm sure you have an idea since you said it's your third year?
Yeah.
Third year?
Well, technically, our fourth year. I would say, kind of to piggyback off what Charlie said, speaking to counselors, asking questions. When I first got to Wingate as an 18-year-old, that was my first time away from everybody, 4 hours away to be exact. So I had nobody around, and asking questions was the main thing that I figured is it's probably the biggest part about being an adult is just asking questions and learning things and figuring things out. Of course, make sure the school that you're interested in has the major that you want to do. I would also say look at jobs in the field that you want to major in, not just the major itself.
Yeah, that's really good. I've always had a problem with asking questions, but ever since I joined trio, it's helped a lot.
Yeah, broke you out your shell.
Yeah.
When I first got to Wingate, I had no choice but to ask questions because the only person I knew was my roommate, and I didn't even know him. I just knew his name because he was my roommate. So, yeah.
What's that feeling like just being the only person you feel like you can count on in an immediate space?
Like myself,
Yeah.
it's really weird. Like that time was a new chapter for me for many different reasons, and thankfully, like I didn't have to join any clubs or anything because I was on the track team. So, like I was able to make friends that way. Like the first few months, like being kind of by myself, I guess, because I'm not the most outgoing person until I get comfortable with people. So it was definitely an adjustment, like just being by myself and having to, I guess, like scan my surroundings because you can't just trust anybody. So yeah, it was an adjustment.
So Charlie, when you first started attending BCC, did you know anyone here, or was it like a fresh start for you?
When I first started, I came actually in the COVID year. So a lot of my classes that would have been in person, they were online. And I didn't know many of the students, but surprisingly, a lot of the staff and the faculty knew my mother. And they knew my dad, because my dad graduated from BCC, and my mother's been a long-time student. So a lot of people knew me who I didn't even know. And it kept me on my toes. It kept me from doing things that I probably shouldn't have done, because I knew somebody was watching and somebody knew my mom. So I didn't know many people my age, but a lot of people knew me.
You said you attended your COVID year. Do you think COVID like affected your learning experience at all?
It made me, and I don't know, it made me kind of lazy in a sense. And I'm not ashamed to tell you that, but I don't even like in-person classes anymore because I was used to the online structure. But I kind of got out of that now because I got a lot of in-person classes at ECU. But I was used to sitting down and you on your class and you can just sit there and let the computer play while the teacher's talking, and you can do whatever you wanted at home. But it's not like that now. And I'm glad I got up out of that. But that's probably the biggest adjustment that I had to make.
I feel like that's pretty normal though. Like you start off with something that's like a big change, especially like how much COVID affected like all of us.
Yeah, it was definitely an adjustment period for sure. So you a psychology major.
Psychology.
Are you playing mind games right now?
Maybe. You never know.
See, you would know though, because you're a psychologist major.
Yeah, I've always been really interested in psychology. I know I want to major in psychology, but I'm not really sure like what job I want to go for. I'm kind of going for like maybe like a counselor, therapist, like because I love helping other people. Oh, so I do have one question for y'all. It's totally off topic, but what's your favorite Jay-Z song?
Ooh, there's too many Jay-Z songs.
While he thinks about it, I personally don't listen to Jay-Z, so I can't answer that question.
So I know how much he loves Jay-Z, so who do you love?
Like favorite artist? Chris Brown for sure.
Okay, so what's your favorite Chris Brown song? Or give me top three. Both give me top three.
I'm gonna say Need You Right Here, featuring Bryson Tiller, Forbidden, and I guess Summer Too Hot, because he just dropped that, so yeah.
For Jay-Z, definitely on his softer side, he has a song called Song Cry. And I think that's just like him being vulnerable with himself, so that's a good one. He has a song called You Don't Know. That song is probably on 4 out of the 7 days of the week in my car when I'm driving around. So You Don't Know, Song Cry, and You Don't Know is really good, so I'll say that's my favorite Jay-Z song. He's just so good.
Also, I know last week you told me it was your birthday coming up, so happy birthday.
Thank you. I turned 21.
Yes, sir. Big 21.
Big 21. I'm on my own now.
Well, I really enjoyed having y'all both here.
Thank you. Thanks for
Appreciate you for
having
having us.
us. Till we see each other again, BCC Talks.
Yes. Y'all pop out to the Washington High School soccer games and the track meets in the spring, because I'll be coaching out there too.